Hey, I'm Carla Rand. This podcast is here to take you from struggling to success, to help you understand why you're stuck and how to overcome personal challenges. Let's listen in to today's coaching session. All right, well, we're on the coaching episode of the Carla Rand Show. Today we have Janelle, who is a participant. She's going to get coached by Craig Bongelli. And Craig's been on the podcast before, and he's done some speaking for me, and I really appreciate Craig. He's a fitness and nutrition coach, but of course, with that, he's coaching on all other parts of and aspects of life. So Janelle, thank you for participating. Craig, thank you for taking this on, and coaching. I'm just going to let Craig take it over now. So enjoy, you guys, and go ahead.
Okay. So Janelle, we can get right into this. Why are we talking tonight? What is it that you need to improve on or make happen that isn't happening currently? Break it down for me.
There's a lot. I think my like real daytime job takes up a lot of my time, first of all, and it takes up almost 100% of my mental energy and capacity. And then by the time I come home, I am drained, and I still have homework to do. I still have like chores to do around the farm. I still have laundry, cooking. I mean, like, just trying to stay alive things that like, those things are for sure not getting done.
Okay. So I'm going to write as we go, and I'm going to showing you this as we get into it a little bit. So before we break down all the things that you're doing, what is it you're trying to do? What is the goal, or what are the goals that are in front of you right now in terms of whatever's meaningful to you?
Like day to day or like long term?
How do you plan them? What are the goals? When you think about your goals, if you were to write down the things you're trying to accomplish right now, what are they?
Honestly, my goals 100% center around my job.
Okay.
That I want to be the best.
And what's the goal there?
I want to be the best, and I want to be the highest producing employee at our clinic.
Okay. What do you do?
I'm a equine vet tech.
Okay. What does that mean?
I'm a nurse for horses.
Cool. Okay. I knew a bunch of strongmen who, when I used to compete, who were all trying to become massage therapists for horses. I forget what that's called, but that was like their big thing. They were convinced because they're big, strong dudes, like that is the job. So the number one goal is to be the top producer at the clinic.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the other goals? If there are, and there don't have to be. With you.
With me, okay. I want to graduate this year.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one. That should probably be my number one. I want to graduate, and then just like on a small scale, like day to day, I want to. I would like to have those few extra minutes. Like, I feel like I have so much that I want to do. I think about it in my brain. I overwhelm myself, and then I spend a lot of time just like staring into space doing nothing. And I wish that I had the time to be organized and know, like, I need to go to work. I'll get home at this time. I can study for this long. And then I need to do X amount of laundry and dishes, and then I will have 30 minutes before I go to bed where I can actually decompress and relax. That's what I want for my day.
Okay. Easy. Well, not easy, simple. Okay, so the big goals. So right now, if I could wave a magic wand, I could wave a magic Sharpie. You would be the number one producer at your clinic. You would graduate from school this year. And are you talking like for summer 2021 or winter 2021?
Winter 2021.
Okay, so graduate this calendar year, and you would have the time to get all of the regular keep yourself alive stuff done that you have to do with a small amount of you time every day.
Yeah.
Okay, So let's break this down. I'm going to erase some of my little board so far. Okay, there's nothing else that's substantially important to you right now. These 3 goals. This is what we're doing. If you can have these 3 things, you are 100% happy camper. You're a prancing horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if horses prance when they're happy, but that's how I picture it. If I imagine a happy horse, they're prancing.
They're prancing. Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you have to do to be the number 1 producer at work? What does that mean? The number 1 producer does what? And are you the number 1 producer right now?
No, because I'm not a doctor. The doctors obviously make more money than me. But I want to bring in the most. So I want to, I've really, over the last year, poured my soul into getting to know our clients. And so that means going to all of their rodeos, all of their competitions, and getting to know them so that I am who they call when they need something. And then I schedule the appointment. I do all the planning. I am the one that is bringing in the business to us. I would say.
Sorry.
I think I'm second.
Second, okay. What's the person ahead? How far ahead is the person than first?
Well, he's the owner of the practice.
Okay, so is he? So are you trying to beat him, or are you trying to stay? You want to beat him?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. What would that take? What would have to be different?
I don't know. I mean, it's tough because he's been there for 30 years, so the community knows him, and so that's who a lot of them go to. I mean, I've got a good chunk of it, but I guess I would. To me, it's just more longer hours, more work, being there more, so that I'm the face they see the most.
Okay, so longer hours, like literally in the building, in the clinic?
Yeah.
Okay. So to get more people in, if there was a gun to your head, you can't be there any more often than you are now, but you have to find twice as many people.
Yeah.
Where's the first place you'd look for them?
I would, I suppose, look through our computer system and see who's due for vaccines and like teeth work and call those people first.
Okay. So when you're calling people, like you're calling the existing clientele, you're booking them back in for services. Okay. Do you get paid well to do this?
No.
Okay. Is it worth your time to do that?
Because I'm so competitive. Yeah, but not on the pay scale.
And is there a reward you'll get for doing that? Say you're the number 1 producer. Outside of fulfilling your competitive desires, does it do anything for you?
Just me? No, just that I'm the best.
Okay. So let's hold on that. Graduating.
Yeah.
Is there any reason you don't expect to graduate this year already? Okay. What has to happen there to get you to graduate? And what program are you in?
Well, I'm going for my vet tech degree online through Penn Foster.
Okay, cool. So what has to happen to ensure you graduate this year?
Well, I have 2 semesters to finish. Well, 1.5-ish semesters to finish.
Okay.
It's hard. I work a lot of hours, and we're coming up on like the busy season where I've even like stayed the night at work, like worked all night long because we're so busy. And I also live on my boyfriend's farm, and it's calving season too. And so that takes up a lot of time. And like, actually, like if I'm being really honest, just today, we got some like really bad news in the family. And like last time, like this is our second round, and last time, I just couldn't do school for like a year.
Wow. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So that's the big things with school right now are 1, seeing if you have the emotional energy and bandwidth to stay focused on that. Right. And number 2 are actually all the pulls on your time.
Yep.
Okay. So what does your daily schedule look like right now? When do you wake up?
5 a.m.
Okay. And what do you do?
Because I do that MLM with Lime Life, I try to wake up and do like plan to post 3 times and like maybe talk to a few people. But I spend most of the morning doing homework.
Is the clinic the MLM?
No.
Okay. So tell me about the MLM.
Selling Lime Life, like skincare products to try to make some money.
Okay. Is that paying you well?
There's potential that it could if I put in more of the work into that instead of my real job.
How close are you to making the same money at the MLM that you're making at your real job?
I'm not, but I'm brand new. And like I said, I don't put even half the amount of effort into it.
Okay. But you believe that has potential?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just not my passion. My job is what drives me every day. So.
Okay. So why are you doing the MLM?
Because I'm poor. Because I need something to make like 200 extra bucks a month.
Okay. How hard would that be to make it work?
Not that hard. I'm halfway there.
Okay. Sorry. To make $200 extra a month at your real job.
Oh, no, not at my real job, at the MLM. I can make 200 extra.
How hard would it be to make $200 extra a month at the real job?
Impossible. Well,
Impossible.
With my overtime, I easily get that. But if I worked what I'm supposed to work, it won't ever happen.
Are you trying to produce the most income at the clinic possible without a commission incentive for that?
Yeah, I don't get any of that.
Oh. Okay, that might be a bad idea. We'll come back to that. 5 a.m. you wake up. You're supposed to do the MLM, but instead you're studying most of the time?
Yeah.
Okay. And you study for how long?
As long as I can. I have a lot of chores here, so 30 minutes I can study if I wake up at 5.
Okay, and then you get into chores at 5:30.
Generally, I do chores first and then study, yeah.
Okay, so you wake up at 5, and what do you do first? Chores?
Yep.
How long are you doing that?
Probably 30 minutes.
Okay, 30 minutes of chores?
Puppy. Yeah.
Okay, so 5 to 5:30, chores.
Yeah.
Okay, 5:30, what then?
I would say that's probably when I do the MLM thing and try to talk to a few people. For like 15 minutes is my limit.
You do that for a minimum of 15 or a maximum?
Maximum of 15.
Okay. Okay, so it's 5:45. What happens then?
Study until 6:15, maybe 6:30.
Okay, then what?
Then I have to get ready for work.
Okay, what time do you go to work?
If I want to be on time, I should probably leave my house at like 7.
Okay. Okay. And are you at work straight all day?
Yep. And I drive 45 minutes to work.
Okay.
I am supposed to be off of work at 3:30, but I can't remember a time that has happened.
What time do you normally finish work?
When we're done. Today it was 4:30. Coming up on this season that we're in, it'll be 9 or 10:30 at night.
Whoa. Okay. And then it's a 40-minute drive home.
Yeah.
So for the next season, if you had to guarantee me the time you'd be home every night, what time would you tell me?
10.
10. You could be home by 10.
Yeah.
Okay. What happens then?
I crash.
Okay, you're pretty much straight to bed?
Yeah. I feed animals and I go to bed.
Okay, so you're in bed by what, 11?
Yeah.
Okay. When you're at work, what are you doing?
Well, like today, so we're not in our craziest season right now. So like today I do appointments. So I'm the only tech that we have on that half of our hospital. So I do all the appointments. I do all of the treatments for any of the sick horses. I take all the phone calls. But today I had like a 30-minute break that I didn't have to help with an appointment. So I did some studying.
Okay, are you working 5 days a week, 6, 7?
Well, right now 5. Probably starting next month, I end up working 7.
Whoa. Okay. When are you getting school done? When are you actually attending courses?
It's all like on your own time. So I don't have a teacher for any of it, which is actually really hard, but I can do it just whenever I can squeeze it in.
Okay. How much time a week do you need to get that done? How many hours a week do you need to stay caught up in your plan to finish the next semester and a half?
I need an hour a day where I am fully focused on school.
Okay. That'll get you to graduating on time.
Yes.
Okay. Already at school. Okay. And when you graduate school, what's the benefit to you?
Well, at my current job, probably not a lot, but you can go a lot of places if you have that degree. So when I get old and crippled, or if a horse kicks me and breaks my leg, I can get a job in like a lab or something, doing something else. And if I ever move out of state, other states require the degree. So I'm like guaranteed a job if I ever move.
Okay. There's no benefit right now in terms of a pay bump, better job, anything like that in terms of your current landscape.
Right. I'm already our highest paid employee.
Got it. Okay. What's your weekend look like? I know you're going to end up working 7 days a week. Will those be half days?
Not generally.
So those will be, are we talking still 15-hour days?
No, on the weekends we shoot for like 10.
Okay. So it'll be 10 hours Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay. 10 hours Saturday, Sunday. Okay. And then the same, do your chores, do the MLM, study, get ready, leave for work.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Number of routes at work, graduate, more time for you. Okay. Broader scope question. In terms of your goals, 6 months, a year and a half, 2 years from now, what matters in life? What are the things you want to accomplish with everything you're doing?
I don't, I'm not like too sure. My world was kind of like shaken today. So I feel like maybe I need to like readjust some priorities. So I'm honestly not like too sure where I'm standing right now.
Okay. That's fair. Obviously I think it doesn't sound obviously like that was necessarily inspired by a very positive thing, but I do think realigning priorities can be a really, really good thing. In terms of the MLM, you're getting 3 posts a day together in 15 minutes?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. And are the posts working?
Yeah. I mean, not all of them. Some of them are just like so that people see my face and remember I'm alive, you know? So not all of them are like important posts, but I can at least come up with one or two like great ones in the morning.
Okay. So that's working fairly well. Like you're getting some return on your time investment for that.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Do you have structured breaks at work?
No.
Are you guaranteed breaks?
No.
How many do you normally get? Is there a consistent, I sneak in half an hour for lunch or 15 minutes? Like, is there any regularity to the schedule there?
I almost never take a lunch break. Just because I'm the only one that can do my job. And there's a lot of my job to go around. So I try to make sure everybody else can at least take a break for a little while.
Wow. Are you in a position to renegotiate with your boss?
Maybe.
Okay. What are your thoughts on that idea?
I don't know. You're going to think I'm crazy and you're going to tell me that I'm wrong, but I love my job and I thrive on my job. And the busier that we are, the better I feel, the more that I can run myself all day, like the better that I feel. And so I almost love it. Like that I didn't have time to stop. Like I can eat a granola bar while I'm doing something else. And like, that's good for me.
Okay. Actually, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I dig that. I think that's a really cool way to feel. So then what's the problem? What's the problem we're solving?
I just clearly have very limited time and I need to organize that time to get stuff done.
Okay. Where do you feel like that time is unorganized?
I think in the morning, I could do better about actually sticking to time schedules. And at night, there's no organization.
Okay. So in the morning, what's happening?
I think I could be faster at everything I do in the morning. I could be more efficient.
Okay. In terms of the chores and the MLM and the studying? Or getting ready for work? Or all of them?
All of it. I mean, I'm pretty efficient at work because I save it for the last 5 minutes of my day. So I'm pretty good at that.
So what's causing you to fall off?
I think probably I'm tired and it's probably a bunch of crap that I don't want to do. So I like putz through it.
Okay. You live with your boyfriend?
I do not.
Oh, I thought you lived on his farm.
I do, yeah, but we don't live together. He lives a mile down the road.
Oh, this is a big farm.
Yeah.
Okay. So in terms of the chores, feeding the animals, is that just your personal animals or is that something you can outsource to him if you ask them?
That's just my personal animals.
Okay. So you've got to feed those regardless.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get up in the morning, you're tired. Where's the slowdown?
I think honestly, I think all of it. I think I can get up and I can feed the animals quickly because they're annoying. So they can get fed really quickly. But then I feel like there's a lot of, I mean, it's probably not as much time as I think it is, but like time is so precious to me. I don't have any of it. So I feel like there's time that I am just like actually sitting down, not doing anything. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not doing homework. I'm like literally doing nothing because I just like get so overwhelmed. And so, I mean, really realistically, it's probably only about 5 to 10 minutes that I'm accomplishing nothing, but I don't really have that 5 to 10 minutes to spare.
Yeah, I completely agree. So how fast can the chores be done if you wanted to get them done? Right now they're taking 30 minutes. How fast could you put that together?
I've got this bottle puppy. That's the problem. She's the problem. She takes a lot of time. And so once I get rid of her, chores will probably only take me 15 minutes.
Okay. And is that coming up? Like, will that be happening?
In 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay. So we got 15 more minutes in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. That's positive. Now, the MLM posts are taking 15 minutes.
Yeah.
How much of that is doing like the sit down, do nothing? Or is that all on for 15 minutes?
I think I could be more efficient with that 15 minutes. I don't think I am actually doing it for 15 minutes, but I think I could do it more efficiently, if that makes sense.
Okay. And are you just scheduling, like making and scheduling 3 posts right there to go out over the day?
Yeah. And then like trying to like connect with people.
Got it.
So like scrolling Facebook and finding someone who posted something that I can like comment on and like be friends.
Got it. Okay. Studying. That is currently 45 minutes. How much of that is useful?
5 of it.
Oh, really?
No, I probably study, probably 30 minutes of it is real studying. I just don't know how much of it stays in my brain.
Okay. Is there a time that you could study that's more efficient for you that you know of? Or is that like, do you do your best work in the morning?
I actually do my best work at work when like today, when I had that 30 minutes where I could study. That's when I do my best, because at work I'm so fired up and ready to go that I can accomplish anything.
Okay, so if you took 30 minutes of studying at home and broke that into 3 10-minute chunks over the day at work, would that be more valuable?
Probably.
Legit?
Yeah.
Like you don't have to agree with a single thing I say. I'm just curious if you're on like that, if you find that would be more beneficial to you.
Probably that would be better.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. You're getting ready in half an hour. I assume you can't get ready much faster than that.
I probably could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you getting food?
Oh.
How do you eat? When do you eat?
I make a smoothie in the morning because I can take that on the road. If I don't have a smoothie to make, or like if I run out of stuff for it, then like, sorry, I don't get breakfast.
Okay.
Lunch is up in the air also. If I
up in the air,
I might not get it. Like, if I don't pack it, I don't get it.
Okay.
And honestly, if I eat breakfast, I can go without dinner. I'm not a huge dinner eater. I never have been.
So you'll typically just eat breakfast and lunch, and then you'll fast until the next morning.
Yeah.
Okay. When are you prepping lunch?
I don't.
The get ready period?
Yeah. If I'm going to eat lunch that day, that's when it is. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll leave get ready at 30 minutes. When you get home, let's say it's 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock going to bed. Let's say we can guarantee an hour at night. What's happening?
Chores. And feeding the animals. Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like you're burning any time there?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, because I am so tired and burnt out. I just don't do anything. Like, I just feed the animals and then I just like collapse on the nearest object.
Got it. Okay, so I have a couple questions and I have some ideas. You said you need an hour a day for school.
Yeah.
Right now you're getting 30 minutes of legitimate work done a day.
Yeah.
Have you been on track with that schedule, or are you falling off track?
I am starting to fall behind. I for a few weeks, I was doing really good at everything. I like had a few weeks of like being a shining human where I was organized and getting everything done. And then I just like fell apart and I'm not on track anymore.
Okay. What was different?
I was doing a super good job of in the mornings waking up and doing like a brain dump and just like writing down every big and little thing that I needed to get done that day.
Okay. This is exciting. Are those lists pretty much the same every day?
Pretty close, yeah.
Okay. Why did you stop?
I stopped around Christmas time just because I didn't know what was going on around Christmas. And then I just, I haven't been committed to it, you know, like I was so committed to doing it. And then I just haven't got my brain back to being committed.
Okay. But having that list kept you on track first thing in the morning?
Oh, yeah.
So you'd get up, you'd make the list, you'd start doing the list.
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of things were on your list?
Well, it was like study for 30 minutes, and then like whatever I needed to get done for the MLM, like do a live or do a post or do a whatever. And then if there was any specific things I needed to get done at work that day, I would write those like that were solely my responsibility. I would write those on my list. And then it was always like 30 minutes of cleaning the kitchen because that's enough time for me to like get my kitchen spotless, or, you know, 30 minutes of whatever like household thing I needed done that day.
Okay. And you felt good doing this?
Yeah.
Okay. What did that stop you from doing? What weren't you doing then that you're doing now?
I mean, probably nothing important. I think I saw my boyfriend less, but that's it.
Okay. So you weren't necessarily, so how is that saving you time? Or were you just moving them from task to task without the dead time?
Yeah. So I can't lose. It's like in my physical makeup, I like cannot lose. And so if I saw it on paper, it had to be done.
I love that. Okay. Do you have the same thing if you like had a list in your phone, or are you a paper person?
A paper. Yeah.
Okay. Me too. Which sucks because I feel like technology is so much more efficient. But even right now, like I could be taking notes virtually. Like I'm literally writing on a whiteboard because it helps me, I think, differently when I do that. Like I have a day planner, and every day I use a recipe card and write out my list and like knock it off. So I get that completely. Okay. How soon do you start working 7 days a week? Will you go 6 and then 7?
No. It just depends on, so like foaling season is coming up. And so it just depends. I mean, last year we had so many like sick and dying foals. That's what made us so busy. Because they need round the clock care. And we had 8 at a time for 6 or 7 months on end. That was the problem. So if we have a great year and everyone wants to be healthy, maybe I won't have to do that. But
okay. So that's worst case scenario would you end up with 10 hours a day, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, that was last year.
Okay.
And that starts in March.
Starts in March. Got it. Okay. March. That's soon. I don't know what state you're in, but it's February 2nd here in Canada. So
it is also here. What time is it? Yeah.
Crazy. Okay. A couple more questions. Studying.
Yeah.
What are you doing when you're studying?
It depends. Like right now I'm studying for a final. So currently I am typing up questions and answers so that I can quiz myself. Sometimes I'm just reading and taking notes. I never have a teacher to explain things to me. We don't have. So a lot of reading.
Okay. Okay. If you had an extra hour a day, would you sleep more, or would you what? What would you do at that time?
I don't sleep as it is, so I would like to have guilt-free relaxation.
Okay. What would you do with it?
I would probably find a job to do.
That's your guilt fruit. Okay. We'll open that can of worms when we get there. Okay, so here's the deal. You're actually monstrously efficient. Most people can't do half of what you're doing. To give you a little bit of context, a couple of years ago, I run my own gym, had a bunch of clients, was training clients online. So decided I didn't have enough challenge in my life. So I decided I was going to join the Army as a reservist while I did all of this. So for 8 months, a year, I lived on 4 hours of sleep, coffee, Monster energy drinks, and eye drops. That was my magic trifecta. I could drink a Monster while the coffee cooled, drink the coffee, put in some eye drops, and I'm good for 4 more hours. And I ran that hard. And it actually worked phenomenally. But you've got all these blocks in your day, and it's a very full day. Like it's hard to work around a 15-hour workday. So we're gonna have to squeeze out the efficiencies where we can get them. So number one, let's start with the biggest thing. There is an app called Tick. It's a to-do list app. You can get it on your phone or your computer, and it'll allow you to set reoccurring tasks and set them with priority levels. Now, I'm a paper person as well. So what I do is I put all my tasks that repeat every single day in this Tick app. And every night, and this is important, every night I write them all out and check them out of the app for the next day. But I write them down on a sheet of paper. So you're not getting up and having to think about your brain dump in the morning. I'm getting up and my to-do list is right in front of me, ordered in priority or in when I'm going to hit them. And I roll into that right away.
Okay.
So that is the number one thing I would start doing.
Okay.
Because you can set that and forget it.
Yeah.
And then if things come up, if you're at work and somebody goes, hey, next Thursday, you've got a XYZ, there's this important task coming up, or the next day something's happening. You can pull up in your app, type it in, forget it. You don't have to carry it around in your brain. And when you do your brain dump at night onto your piece of paper and check those all off, you'll have them in front of you. Okay? It is super key to streamlining your day that you wake up with your to-do list.
Okay.
So forget the to-do list in the morning. You're going to do that at night, every night.
Okay.
Like I said, I love Tick because you can set them to repeat and set priorities.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's number one. So if you wake up and you're rolling, like rolling, you got 15 extra minutes in terms of your chore time.
Yeah.
Now, if you want guilt-free time, my advice would probably be that you stay up a little bit later and sleep in a little bit later. So when you come home from work, you can have some unwind time. But regardless, we've got one 15-minute block free. Next, the MLM. Do you know what it means if I talk about batch, like batching your content? Okay, so batching your content. So I'm going to make, I love drawing things for people or writing things out. It's always hideous, but here it is. So these are beauty products, yeah?
Yeah, skincare, yeah.
Okay. Just give me 1 second. Face wash video. Repost. Okay. So if we're down here.
Okay.
This is my little beauty content schedule. So I've got fancy eyelash video, a testimonial going to share from somebody who used the product. What does that say? A face wash video. Then you're going to do a repost. You can outline your content. And I recommend trying to outline it a month in advance. So whenever you're going to do this, sit down, let's say it's a weekend, and break down at least 2 weeks, but preferably a month worth of content. And then what you're going to do is one day on a weekend, you're going to get up, ideally if you don't have to work, but even if you do have to work, I guess that's a 10-hour workday versus a 15. You're going to make all of that, and you're going to save it in a Google Drive, a Dropbox, on your phone, whatever. It's hard as somebody who makes content, and as somebody else who makes content, you understand this. It's hard to make all of your content on the fly. You got to get in the zone to do that. Yeah. But if you're making a post, 2 posts, you're already in the right mindset. Make 10, make 20 at a time. Break down what you want to do and roll that out. Okay. That make sense? So batch your content. And then all you have to do is grab it out of your Google Drive, post. And if you can take 2-3 hours on the weekend, you'll make a month's worth of content. Easy. Okay. Being in an MLM, you can also leverage the partners that you have to help you with content. You go, hey guys, listen, I need 5 testimonial posts from people who have used this. I need 3 examples of how to use product QRS. They'll be able to send you links, pre-made content, stuff they've used, and you'll be able to repurpose that. Does that make sense? Yep. You can also ask them for content ideas. Hey, what have you posted about the foot soap, the eyelash cleaner, whatever it happens to be? You can get some of their best post ideas when you make your list and start hammering those out. Okay, next. Obviously in the MLM, you have like partners or people who are connected to you, yeah? Yeah. Do you have people you're really close to? No. No? No. You have somebody who got you into it though? Yeah. Okay. Do you trust them?
As much as you can trust a human, I guess, yeah.
Whoa, that's an intense answer. Okay. So this is an option. You by no means have to take it, but something you could do. If this person has a vested interest in you moving forward and making more money, because that makes them more money. Right. Make a deal with them. Like, hey, listen, this is my schedule right now. It's absolutely crazy. It's going to get better. Here is my Facebook password. All I want you to do is spend 10 minutes commenting on some posts once a day. If your boyfriend has time, you could ask him to do that. If your aunt, uncle, grandma, if you trust her with Facebook, you know what I mean? Like anybody who you could outsource that, right? Maybe not grandma on Facebook, but you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. But you can find somebody to drop those comments. Like if you just need people to know that you're still alive. Yeah. You can give me your Facebook password. I could scroll through and I could tell people, oh my goodness, your dog is so cute. Wow, your hair looks beautiful here. Cool vacation. Anybody can do that for you. And you can lean on somebody like the person in your MLM who will be able to do that for you, and they get paid off of that, right? Because if you succeed, they succeed. So those are a couple things that I would do in terms of the MLM. Okay. Actually, before I keep going, do you hate these ideas? No, not at all. Okay. So I was going to say, if you hate them, I'll stop making ideas that you hate. I'll try to make a new idea. But these are my best ideas. Okay, so I'm almost done. Next, you're burning 40 minutes to and from work every day. Yeah. Almost an hour and a half. Yep. When you are doing your study notes or your Q&A, have you considered recording it? Yeah. Especially things like quizzing yourself. You've recorded it? Yeah. Okay. Do you play it in the car?
Sometimes, depending on my frame of mind, I will. Yes.
Okay. I would start like pushing yourself to make sure one trip or at least half a trip both ways, is you playing back your notes.
I could do that.
I would also be stunned if there wasn't some kind of app that would read a Word document to you. I'm not super good with computers.
Yeah, me either.
I'd be stunned. But I'm sure a Google search would pull up something that would do that for you.
Yeah.
And if not, you can literally just record it yourself.
That's
Like once you
good.
finish writing your note, spend a couple minutes reading it out to yourself, or give yourself a Q&A. Hey,
Yeah.
what is the QRS of this? Pause, 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 pause. This is the answer. And as you're driving, you can steal that 40 minutes back. I would stop studying in the morning. If you find you get more done at work on breaks and you've got 40 minutes in the car both ways, that's where I would do it.
Okay.
And again, I would batch that material on the weekend.
Okay.
That would be what I would do to maximize this time.
Okay.
So between those, reasonably, you should be able to pull an hour, a little bit more, hour 15, out of your day. Like out of the pieces that are right now immovable.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think it's nice.
Okay, so this is basically like front loading your payments. So it's going to cost you more time upfront to set up the Tick software or the Tick app. It's going to cost you upfront to batch your content. It's going to cost you upfront to record your Q&A or record your notes, but it's going to make everything easier after that.
Yeah.
But that is my suggestion. And I would try to get as much of that done before your busy season starts. If you can produce, if you know you're not going to be working 7 days a week until next month, potentially, you could have 6 months of MLM content done.
Okay.
I would do that. Like you basically got to get out ahead of this so that it doesn't run you over.
Yeah.
But that's the big thing. Get the to-do list done at night so you can get up, hit the ground running. Get the content pre-made so that when you've got to post it out, you've got it ready. Get the notes, the Q&A prepped. So when you're in the car, you can use that 40 minutes. Even if you're not in a perfect frame of mind, you can take 40 minutes to do that. One thing that I was struggling with the schedule I described before, I was learning Spanish and Russian at the same time. I was relocating my gym. One thing I did was I took the books I wanted to read in English that I needed for work, and I bought the Spanish edition. So I could learn Spanish and read what I needed to read for work at the same time. The more you compress the activities into your timeline, the easier it's going to be. So you can take all of these pieces of content, cram them into a couple hours and have them ready. You can pre-make your to-do list so it populates for you every day, and all you have to do is write it down at night. You can pre-make your study content so you can maximize the drives that you're doing anyway. Because an hour and 20 minutes a day is a huge amount of time in somebody's schedule who works for 15 hours.
Right. Yep.
Okay. Tell me why this won't work.
Like failure on my part.
Okay. I don't need the PC answer. Tell me what the problems are with this plan.
I mean, I don't see any problems with that. I just see it with me.
Yeah. Okay. And what would the problem be with doing these things?
Like making me do it? Like, what's the problem with making me do it?
Yeah. Why do you think you wouldn't do it?
I will struggle making that much content. And like, I struggle with knowing where to store it. So like, I don't really fully understand how to use Dropbox. I don't have, maybe I do have a Google Drive, but I don't know how to use it. And so I feel like I like the idea really a lot, but once I get into like doing it and being like, I don't know where to put all this information, then I'll just be like, I got one done. That's good.
Okay. So that's fair. So storing the content, problem number one. What else?
Probably, I mean, really honestly, it's calving season here at home. I'd rather be out with cows than doing notes for school or anything. I'd rather be out with cows.
Yeah.
So I think that like that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go out on the weekend and be like, I should get some of this stuff done, but I bet instead there's something calving, and I'll go do that.
Okay. Fair. So the two potential problems that you see with this are, one, knowing how to store the information.
Yeah.
And make the content.
Mm-hmm.
And number two is that you might just prefer to do something else than do the schoolwork, do the MLM, do that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Okay. So we handle both of those. Number one, if you were to take 6 minutes, Google owns YouTube, and I am positive they will produce some phenomenal videos on how to use a Google Drive. If you have a Gmail account, you have a Google Drive, you can upload everything straight from your phone.
Okay.
You could take 10 minutes, watch one of those videos. That type of information won't be an issue for more than 5 minutes.
Okay.
Now, the bigger issue, if the thing you'd rather do is something else,
yeah,
I think there's a huge, huge amount of importance in recognizing that. If you'd truly rather go out and do stuff on the farm than do school, I think the best thing you can do, and this is probably contrary to a lot of coaching advice, is to do that. I think one of the worst things people can do is tell themselves something they're going to do, they're going to believe, they're going to achieve, and actively not do it. Every time you tell yourself you're going to do something and you don't do it, all you do is hurt your relationship with yourself. For example, if you and your boyfriend. So you and your boyfriend are dating. He tells you, hey, I'm going to pick you up Friday night. I'm going to drive the mile down the road. I'm going to pick you up Friday at 8. And he doesn't show up. And then he says, hey, I'm going to pick you up Saturday at 8. And he doesn't show up. And he repeats this over and over again. He's likely not going to be your boyfriend for very long, or you're not going to be very happy in the relationship. It'd be way better for him to say to you, hey, listen, I'm not going on any dates for 2 weeks because it's calving season. I think it's very, very important to maintain the integrity of your relationship with yourself, that you do the same thing. If you know that it's more important to do calving season or work or whatever you want than it is to graduate school this calendar year, I would own that decision. I think there's a huge amount of power in that. Because then you're not somebody who has tried to graduate school this year and failed. You're someone who decided not to graduate school this year. Now, that said, if you do want to do that, I think this plan of attack is the best thing you could possibly do to maximize your time. It's all going to be about looking to take all of these tasks. You're doing 5 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 2 posts today, 2 posts tomorrow, and batch them. You're not going to cook a chicken breast Monday and a chicken breast Tuesday and a chicken breast Wednesday. You're taking all of your food and you're prepping it on Sunday. It's that type of idea. And you can do that with every single task in your life to streamline that process.
Okay.
But you got to own what you want with it. And I think some soul searching, some reflection on that is super important. But the number one thing I would do is make sure your results are your decision. Commit to doing or commit to not doing. It'll save your relationship with you, and it'll reinforce your ability to do the things you want to do when you decide to do them. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. But the number one thing that I would say is completely non-negotiable. Always do your to-do list at night. You want to wake up with your list so you can roll out of bed and hit it. I truly believe every single person on this planet should be doing that. You should wake up knowing where you're going. but where you're going should be your decision.
Okay.
And that's basically what I got.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Craig. I was actually taking notes too while you were talking to Janelle, because I'm like, this is great stuff. I got to get that app and I got to like batch my content. And so that was really good. So thanks, Janelle, for all those questions. And thank you, Craig, for working through that with her. That was super helpful. Janelle, I hope that you were able to get some good advice. I know you have a busy life, Janelle. And so sometimes it's like, do we just like pull back, or do we still want to achieve the same things? And if we do want to achieve the same things, Craig is your guy, because Craig is used to dealing and working with a lot of people that are kind of like those high achievers, people that like to have a lot on their plate. They like to accomplish a lot. They maybe have some of that competitive spirit. So he gets that. So I could see that, and I thought that was really, really interesting that you guys were able to work together and you have those same like similar values, right? Of like being productive, getting a lot done. So that was really cool. So yeah, thank you so much, Craig, for taking the time, taking the energy to work with Janelle.
My pleasure.
And Janelle, thank you so much for just sharing and being open to what what Craig's telling you. And so, yeah, thank you guys both. That was awesome.
Absolutely my pleasure.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're very welcome.
This episode is brought to you by my company, Power Fitness Online. We are a tight-knit fitness community, and we guide you every step of the way to get fit and stay fit through our live workouts, nutrition coaching, and incredible support team. Go to powerfitnessedson.com to learn more. Thank you for tuning into the podcast today. If you enjoyed it, please leave a positive review on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Music, or wherever you're listening. And if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, I would love to see your comments. I would love to know what you think about this episode and interact with you. I love hearing from you. Once again, I'm Carla Rand, and this is our special coaching edition of the Carla Rand Show.